Welcome back again. As this is, as far as we know, the last day of the beta, and I'm now a Jedi. Look at my funky lightsaber. And also because I have a companion, see him? I thought I'd do some questing. Show you how the questing works. I'm on Coruscant now, so I'm sure you can tell by the environment. Finally made it off Tython. Took me a little while longer than I expected, which I am not complaining about. It certainly adds to the length of the game. There really is a lot of content in this game, which is great. And I'm not complaining in the least. I don't know who those chaps are there. Oh wait, why is his companion naked? Seriously? Oh my. Okay then! Moving on. But yes, look at my smexy lightsaber. Well, a bit of lag there. Or something. A glitch perhaps. I don't know. I should probably get Kaizen Fess. I should probably get him some new weapons. He has new equipment now from when I first got him. I don't know if you can see, if you remember what he was like the last time I played it, but his clothing has changed. In one of my previous videos, one of the earlier ones, I did actually show how that worked, how you went through them. There's a character thing there. Something else I noticed as well, actually. Character skills here. Where is it? There, if you click on them, I can actually send him off on missions. Different things. I haven't done it yet because I only have the one companion, but I figure once I get myself a ship and get myself a crew, I'm going to start doing that. So you can have up to 3 skills at a time. I'm not 100% certain if that's a 3 only, or if you can swap and change them. I'm guessing you can swap and change them. It would make sense. They did, after all, when I leveled up and became a Jedi. I was told that I can change my skill set at any time I choose, though I'd have to pay an increasingly large amount as time went by. It's just something that's extremely familiar to me, unfortunately, and I don't think is one of their better choices. However, it's not the worst thing they could have done either. But anyway, yes, I'm extrapolating from that you can have more than 3 skills, but you'd be limited to only using 3 of them at a time. Same way I know that you can have more people in your team than you can actually have with you. There you go. That's something that he should be able to use. I'll find out actually. No, wrong one. Now I just have to remember how to do it. I think I do it that way. Was that it? No, apparently he can't. Something else I've noticed here. I've noticed a lot of things as time has gone by. Social points. They actually have a reason to group up now. These items here, they require me to have social skills, which you actually gain by spending time in a group. Characters like this chap, your companions, don't count. It's with other players. They're giving us more reason to group up than just for running missions. Of course there are missions as well, so there are some that I have in my list, which I think I've stopped tracking because I don't do much in the way of grouping usually. I'm something solo, but there are some that actually identify themselves as being group missions. So there's a lot more into this game than I first thought, and I had fairly high hopes from it because I freely admit, yes, I am a massive BioWare fanboy. What are you going to do? Just deal with it. Ha 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 ha. But even more so than that, there we go, I just finished bonus objective. Okay, that's the first time I've had one carry over like that, so that was interesting. Defeat guild forces, 30 of them now. Again, that's something that surprised me. Well, surprised isn't quite the right word. Oh, I recognise those. The bus. I think that's actually a shuttle, but there was a vehicle like that in Star Wars Galaxies. They call it a bus because it was the until the inclusion of the lava skiff, which was effectively the skiff from Return of the Jedi, but one that went on lava, because for some reason they decided to include Mustafar in Star Wars Galaxies, that is. They decided that Mustafar would be such a great iconic location to include. So before they brought Mustafar into it, there was a vehicle that was very similar to that. It was slow as all hell, but it was the only one that could fit 8 people, and since maximum team size was 8 people, which reminds me, I don't know what maximum group size is in this game, but because maximum group size was 8 people, it was important. Anywho, I'll come back to fighting these chaps in a little bit. I'm gonna head off this way. I'm gonna go up there actually. I don't know if anybody saw, but there's actually there. I'm gonna go up on that and see, move on and do some actual questing. Sorry Kaizen, I'm sure you can handle yourself. He is pretty good. Okay. Maybe not then. In that case, death from above! Ba-dum. Ouch! That hurt. Meanwhile, as I said, yep, he was quite capable of taking care of himself. You can actually have conversations with him as well, just like you could in Knights of the Old Republic. Though you have to go to either a cantina or a ship, which I don't have yet. I have to finish more quests first. Certain quests, I believe, unlock at certain levels, but the major things, like earning a lightsaber, for example, and getting your ship, are dependent on completing a series of quests. They're story-based. This game is massively story-based. Which isn't that much of a surprise. BioWare are well known for a large focus on story, and it's about time we had an MMO like this. Instead of it all being just a case of group up, go do your epic level quests, get your epic loot, you know, but actually have a reason to continue. Which bodes well for the future, because there's only so much content they can have, obviously. But considering the game already takes up 28 gigabytes, now I know a lot of that is because of the voice work. Voice files take up a lot of space. Voice work takes up a lot of space. Voice files, sorry. But it also indicates that they've put a lot of story aspects into it. And as time goes by, we're just going to see more and more. Public medical droid. Is there a thing in here to bind myself to? No, but it's, at least I know that if I should die, I can go back to there. If not, revive at the location. Speaking of which, the reviving whilst dying thing, the revival from a probe droid, I believe it costs nothing, but I've noticed the more often you die, the longer it takes, leading to points where I've had to wait more than 9 minutes before it will actually allow me to revive. So I think that's their way of offsetting it, which makes me suspect that it probably is a feature that will stay in once the game goes live officially. It's a good idea. I actually think it's actually a very good idea, because it allows you to continue playing rather than breaking the flow if you happen to die, but it does have limitations. It will eventually reach the point, if you are in a particularly tough area, it will eventually reach the point where you just don't want to wait. I mean, waiting 2 minutes can be worth it. Waiting 10 minutes, well, unless you're really far into an area, some kind of instance dungeon, then you're not really going to wait that long, are you? You're just going to take the death taxi and then run yourself back. I mean, if it's an area, if it's like this distance, it's going to take me like 60 seconds to make it back to here, so, you know, not really worth it waiting 9 minutes to save myself a 60-second journey. Okay, coming up on, there's a quest down there that I don't have yet. But yeah, we're coming up on the area where this quest, or at least this section of the quest, will be completed. So let's see what's going on here. There's another one on my map there. What's that? Oh, it's over that way, isn't it? Okay, this appears to be... Oh, I remember this one. This is for a... Oh, what was it? What are they called? Nautolan. Nautolan? I'm not sure. Here we go. See what this is all about.
I'm here to see a friend of mine. Ria Delarue? Thank you for considering Hanera's dance troupe for your entertainment needs.
There she is.
How may I please you this day? Nick's worried about you. He asked me to get you out of here. Blast it. I should have known. I'm afraid you've wasted your time.
I didn't see that coming.
I'm not here against my will. I need more. What are we talking about here? I'm sorry, I should have told Nick the truth. I was just hoping to spare his feelings. Life with him was miserable. Not only were we barely scraping by, but I was fed up. His jealousy was driving me crazy. He didn't want me talking to anyone or going out. Life here is... it's better.
I kind of saw that coming when I spoke to Nick. He was one of those... He was complaining, actually, this was an interesting thing I found. He was complaining about how aliens are poorly treated. And one of the responses I had was, I'm an alien. And which I thought was a really nice touch. It shows some divergence amongst the dialogue options. Like, there was another one as well. There was a guy, this really sleazy, suave type guy, and it gave me the option of flirting with him. So there are actually different dialogue options depending on your alignment and stuff. They're quite subtle though, which I think is good. Or at least they have been so far.
Why does none of this surprise me? Nick and I left the homeworld together. His devotion was flattering, but I grew to realize the difference between love and obsession. Could you please tell Nick I was shipped off Coruscant?
Oh.
If he thinks I'm gone, he might move on.
I know that story all too well, and as much as I feel for the guy...
Stay here. Your secret is safe with me. Thank you, I appreciate your help. Nick's not evil, but I just couldn't stay.
Yeah, as much as I feel for the guy, sorry chap, but if she don't dig you, then she don't dig you. Now, I think that's enough for now. But once again, as always, my most humble thanks for joining me and listening to my incessant rambling. I hope you're enjoying watching this as much as I am playing it, and I know this won't be for everyone, but I thoroughly recommend that you at least give it a try. If you can't make it into a beta before the game is released, which is only 3 weeks from now, and you're not willing to actually pay for it, then at the very least wait for a free trial. There will be one. There always is. There probably will be right from the very beginning. At least give it a try. it might just turn you around. Thank you for watching.